skyscrapers and the shoreline, but sort of the neighborhoods. And I wanted you to see one of the things we do in Chicago. Every Wednesday and every Saturday in this particular area, and in neighborhoods all over Chicago, we have farmers markets. And they specialize very deal in organic foods for the most part. The farmers bring in their fruits and vegetables. And all over the city on Wednesdays and Saturdays and different days, the neighborhoods are blocked off and the farmers show their produce. And one of the reasons that it's fun to point that out is because I don't know so much about Toronto. I've been there several times, or Montreal, but Chicago, although it's a large city, it's divided up into neighborhoods. And each neighborhood has its own personality, usually going back to immigrant days, taking on the personality of the immigrant group, ethnic group, mostly originally was Eastern Europeans. But you're not a number in Chicago because of this neighborhood, right on the state left-hand corner. So that's what really makes Chicago a very livable city. It's very walkable. So this now is a neighborhood known as Lincoln Park. It's a little bit more upscale than many neighborhoods, maybe a step down from the Gold Coast, but very, very livable. Beautiful, beautiful housing stock. After the Chicago fire, they passed an ordinance that said you couldn't build your house out of all wood. So this was one of the first adjacent neighborhoods to the downtown area, where they built their houses out of the indigenous materials that existed at the time. Certainly a lot of brick. I think it was the first beginning of concrete at that time as well. So you can still see the remnants of the beautiful housing stock that goes back to the turn of the century. Now, folks always ask me about Al Capone. So I asked Dave to go a little bit slower over here, although it's not much to see, because on the left side of the bus, on Dave's side of the bus, is